Vibe coding means no more video demos on your homepage, not unless you want them. So what I've been doing of recent is just pushing things to the limit. I'm not a UI designer or UI UX designer developer. I'm a vibe coder. So I'm constantly learning what's possible, what we can do, what the different languages allow, and I'm just constantly pushing the limit and breaking things, and I don't mind figuring things out as I go. So when I first started releasing like software tools and products and courses, I would create video demos. I'm not here trying to say that video demos don't have a place. Of course they have a place, especially if you need to talk through and explain different features. I still absolutely recommend this. But what I'm sharing here is something that's possible now that we have vibe coding. So you can take an image or a component from your SaaS, from the tool that you've created, and you can give that to Antigravity, whichever tool made it, and you can tell it to animate this and use that as your video demo. So all of the different tabs, all of the different components of your SaaS or the thing that you've built, you can recreate those components into, these are not actually editable, but they are coded components, so visual elements that you can code. And really and truly, if you think outside the box, there are a plethora of things that you can do with this method. I'm only scratching the surface, but it means that you don't have to be locked into the static screenshot images that most people use. And you also don't have to do an awkward video demo walking through the tool if you don't want to show that on the homepage. Again, video demos have their place. You should absolutely have a YouTube channel for your tool where you're going through the how-tos and whatnot, because you're probably going to put together documentation and support, so you don't have to be dealing with all of the emails where you could have just answered the question or helped someone through with a video and with the documentation. But on your homepage, if you think that creating an interactive element is going to sell the tool and showcase it better than you could have, then absolutely, by all means, you need to start trying to figure this out. So I had a basic one before. It was quite similar to what I've got now, but there was an awkward, I can actually still go and find it. This is the first one I had. And yes, I've got different kinds of elements on the page. I've got interactive elements. But this one, it had this awkward arrow, which I didn't like, and look, it cuts off here. So I made it and I was satisfied with it, but then I thought there's more that we can do. So I'm okay with this. This is cool, but we can do better. And it's just a matter of going back to the AI with your ideas and asking, can we do this? Or what ideas do you have to make this 10 times better? How can you make this look more premium? How can you give it a more premium feel? You just have to ask, because sometimes, again, if you're not coming from a design background, you might not even know what's possible, or you might see an idea on somebody else's site, or you just might have an idea, but you don't know how to get it done. So that's when you need to do the few shot prompting. You're not going to just tell the AI immediately, this is what I want to do, because it might have its own ideas or ways of doing that don't fall in line with what you had in mind. So asking it what's possible, is this possible? This is my idea. How could we go about achieving that? And then doubling down on that is going to come up with a bunch of different ideas to help you facilitate that. So that's just my bit of advice for today, is ask questions and figure out ways that you can give your SaaS, your tool, your front end a look or a feel or a vibe that's different from everybody else out there, because the barrier to entry is super low. I don't know where you are in your journey if you're just getting started, but I'm still seeing people put together sites that look incredibly vibe coded, and because there are so many people now creating tools and whatnot, we have to find ways to differentiate ourselves, to stand out, to make our product look higher quality and give it that premium look and feel. So these are just some of the things that I've been exploring. So to an actual developer who's been, or an actual UI developer who's been doing this for a long time, front-end developer with design skills that has been in the game for 20 odd years. My site still probably looks super vibe coded, but I'm okay with that. I'm still learning. So again, if you found this video useful, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be sharing all these different micro tips to help you make the most of vibe coding, and as I learn them, I will share them with you. And if you haven't yet signed up to launchrocket.io, that's my new community. I've moved away from school.com and I'm now on my own platform. It's launchrocket.io. I'm going to be sharing all the different prompts and whatnot that I use. There's so many more things I do on a day-to-day that I can't always turn into a YouTube video. So that's where I'm sharing everything. So make sure you go sign up, create an account, get a profile. It's completely free, and I'll see you there.